Right guys, welcome to tonight's Late Night Agenda. I'm your host Craig. This is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. You are very welcome along. This is your show. You let me know what you want to talk about. Anything Liverpool related at all, we're happy to do it. Let me just say my hellos to everybody because I can see the chat's pretty full already. How are we all? Who have we got in tonight? Lots of people in. Tom is in, Darren's in, Gokul's in, James Doherty is in, Ella is in, the Rev Knight is in. My goodness, the chat's filled up quickly tonight. Guys, how are we? How the hell are we? Lots to get through. We've got stuff around Liverpool injuries. We've got stuff around Liverpool money. Unfortunately, I've got to be honest, there's not much transfer related tonight, but I'm not going to come on and tell you guys lies. Thank you to everyone that stuck with us last night, by the way, because I understand you guys seen a stream that was a little bit bitty, a little bit jumpy, a little bit lagging, a little bit behind on stuff. Well, tonight, hopefully, it's running a lot better. We spent much more time today playing around with the camera, playing around with the settings, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we have it all good and ready to go. We also will have a little few differences tonight. So we're going to split the show into segments. That's probably the best way I'm going to do it. We're going to have 3 segments tonight. So this is segment 1. Then we'll have a small little break, the break of around 30 seconds. Then we'll come back segment 2 and segment 3. But don't worry, there won't be a break. There won't be dead air. I've got a little video in between to keep you guys occupied as well. So look, bear with me. It's the first one. Let's see how we get on. Hello from Germany, said Sino. Hello, how are you? Kyle is in as well. Far Isle is in. How are we? Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Let's have a chat around Liverpool being the first club in Europe to register £100 million profit in one season. That's right, you heard me right. £100 million in one season. What do you guys reckon to that one? In 2016-17, Liverpool reached a turnover of around 364 million. As we mentioned in last night's stream, though, Liverpool have moved up the Deloitte Money League table, and we're now the 7th most profitable club, or the 7th most rich club? Is rich? Yeah, we'll say rich. Fuck it, we'll go with rich. The 7th richest club in Europe, probably the world. I'm not sure if it's Europe or the world, but they're pretty much the same thing because Europe's where the money is in football. Anyway, Liverpool have moved up to 7th in that list, as we said, but Liverpool have made 100 million quid profit. The first club to do it in Europe. Let me guys know what you think of that one. I'm pretty damn pleased with Liverpool for doing this. People are going, fuck that, 100 million quid, why don't we buy, why don't we sell a player, or why don't we buy more players, why don't we invest the money? Yes, I understand that. But at the same time, the club is in a very, very good place thanks to the owners, thanks to new sponsorship deals, new marketing deals, and obviously television money. They run in the Champions League last season, and a few other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, there you go, 100 million, first club to do it. I am damn pleased about that one. Much better than hearing that the club are running behind the money or the club are, fucked basically. Please can I get a shout out, said Fortnite Lover. There you go. I think you've just got one, Fortnite Lover. How are you? Hello from Philadelphia, said Maine. Kev's LFC artwork is in as well. Oliver is in. How are we? A couple of people mentioned United's result tonight as well. I was reading through some of the chat before I came on. I can't remember who commented this, but somebody said, you've got to hand it to United, they're on fire. And I just thought, yeah, it's fucking sad, isn't it? It's horrible to have to say that, but they have changed around a lot, haven't they? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in, going to Arsenal, getting a 3-1 win in the FA Cup. Things are looking a lot better for them, unfortunately, guys. But look, we're only here to talk about Liverpool. We'll have a little look ahead to the Leicester game coming up next Wednesday as well. We'll have a chat about... Will we have a chat about transfers? I don't know. There's not much to talk about transfers, guys. 100 million, said Tom. Whoop, whoop. That amount of cash coming in, I reckon, will spend big in the summer. That's what I was thinking as well, LFC _5. With the Reds taking in that amount of cash, I would expect another decent window coming up in the summer. Ordered a Van Dijk shirt today, first shirt since 13-14, said Card 6. Nice one, buddy. Enjoy it. It's not cheap to buy shirts these days, is it? Especially with fucking name and numbers on the back. You're probably looking at, depending on what part of the world you're in. I know for me it was about 75-80 euro. We can buy Matthias de Ligt with 100 million then, said David Davies. Yeah, he's been linked to Manchester City, Barcelona, not really to Liverpool. I think it's more us wanting him to be linked to Liverpool, but I have seen him linked to Barcelona and Manchester City. I know that's not the answer you guys want to hear, but that's the truth for me. That's the only clubs I've really seen him linked to. What do you think about Marco Reus? He's had his day. I think he's too injury prone. He's somebody who we all wanted maybe 3 seasons ago. Very talented footballer. Obviously on his day he can turn a game, but he just doesn't play enough games in a season for me. He seems to have had a really, really bad run of injury. Connor's asking everybody, is the sync okay? He's just doing some fine tuning. I hope this is better than last night, because I watched back last night and it really pissed me off. It was not a great stream whatsoever. I know I shouldn't be on here saying that. I should be on here bigging myself up and all, but it wasn't great. Perfect, said Connor. or Colin Falvey, brilliant, brilliant. I want Liverpool to go back to Adidas next season, said Martin O'Sullivan. Martin, I'm with you, pal. I'm with you. I'm a massive Adidas fan. Anyone that knows me on the stream knows I'm an Adidas fan, an Adidas chav, an Adidas geek, whatever the fuck you want to call me, but I love Adidas. The only thing I'll say is Adidas did have that little sly dig at Liverpool before they left, claiming that we weren't worth the money the club were looking for with regards to manufacturing the shirts. The last time that led us, of course, to go to New Balance. Well, Warrior before New Balance, but then on to New Balance. And here we are. There's 1 year left on that New Balance deal. Whether the club are going to renegotiate a new one or maybe move on to a new kit manufacturer, I don't know. I just hope if we do, it isn't Nike. Because I've said this time and time again, I'm not a fan of Nike shirts when it comes to Liverpool Football Club. It's just a personal preference. I know a lot of people love them, but for me, they're all the same. Every time I look at a Spurs shirt or I look at a Barcelona shirt or other club shirts, they just all look like copies of each other, just in different shades of blue or whatever the fuck colour they have. Can you give me a clap or a click? I'm not sure it's going to look great on the stream, but look, there you go. I hope that's okay. Sports Illustrated is proud to announce an exclusive content sharing agreement with the illustrious Premier League leading English clubs that will bring hundreds of hours of Liverpool content to SI, Sports Illustrated. Nice. That's interesting. Anthony, I did not know that one. Anthony, you absolute legend. You guys are amazing. I go out of my way to try and find Liverpool content for you guys. I look for news, I look for transfers, I look for stories, but you always beat me to it. You always beat me to it. You guys are brilliant. Stay with New Balance kits, said Farah 9. They're very good. I like them. I do like them. Some people don't, but I do. I think they make a decent kit. Craig, imagine Neymar, Cavani and Mbappe versus Will Jones, Ashley Young and Lindelof. I don't know if Neymar is going to be fit for that one. Has anybody heard what happened? I know he went off when he gave it a bit of when he went off, because he does like to make a fucking drama, does Neymar. But I don't know. Love the old candy jersey, says Paham, and thank you, mate. It's my lucky shirt, as people know at this point. Imagine if Morata succeeds from Chelsea. It's a tough one because Alvaro, there it is, Craig. Alvaro Morata is a very good footballer. I mean, we've seen what he did at Juventus. He was quite good at the time at Real Madrid before, but particularly at Juventus, he was fantastic. I really enjoyed watching him. And when Arsenal signed him, or when Chelsea signed him, I was worried. I remember at the time it was Lukaku to one or the other, and then Morata probably to one or the other as well. And when Chelsea got Morata, I thought, shit, that could be a good signing for them. And for whatever reason, it just did not work out. Sometimes players aren't suited to leagues. Sometimes it's different players don't work with different managers. But for whatever reason, for Morata, it just didn't work out. Who'll win the FA Cup? Asks Siobhan Watts. It won't be us, Siobhan. That much I can say without any hesitation. Our friend from Leicester City is in. How are you, sir? Leicester City FC Boya is in. Of course, we're playing Leicester next week. I'm going to be doing a short video for his channel, which I'll send over to him before the weekend is out. And then we're going to have him on as well after the game, yes. I'm hoping to maybe get somebody else on, another Leicester guy on for a bit of a preview. I don't want to give it away yet. I just want to make sure I can get him and everything is all sorted out. Righty ho, what else have we got? Craig, we need to bring United down the level. Fans saying it's only Liverpool. Fuck them. Fuck them, definitely. Honestly, I mean, they have a little bit of success now. They have a little bit of glory. They have a little bit of positivity around them. And again, they think they're the dog's bollocks. Look, we're up the top of the table, pal. We're still in Europe. They're still in Europe. We might win the league this year. They're scrapping for fourth. Don't let them bring you down. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Let them have their moment. I'm not a begrudger. I don't begrudge anybody a little bit of success. But at the same time, we are where we are, they are where they are. I think, I'm trying to be nice. People have accused me of being too anti one or the other at some point. I'm trying to be Craig 2.0 at this point. Breaking news, Argentine president to formally request British and French government resume search for Emiliano Sala. I can understand that. I really can. Having no expertise or experience in this, I cannot say what's right or what's wrong. I just hope, like everybody else, that they at least do find, I don't want to say bodies, but at this point, unfortunately, it is looking that way. Because the family, of course, of both the pilot and Emiliano Sala would like to have the bodies of their loved ones for burial purposes and stuff. And look, I'm sorry to talk about this again. It's just brought up in the chat. Neymar rolled his ankle. It was nothing. Just wants an extended birthday like he does every year. He does love a birthday party, doesn't he? He does love a birthday party. He loves his sister as well, El Neymar. Right, guys, a little bit of talk around what else we got in part one. Yes, Dejan Lovren is now back in full training for the Reds, which is good news. Is it? I think it's good news. I know a lot of you out there probably don't think it's good news, but I do. He picked up a hamstring injury in the game against Wolves, as we all know, and that has kept him out for a prolonged period. this could really help out Jurgen Klopp, because as we know, Joe Gomez out, Matip just back, Van Dijk, he's okay. Fabinho looks like he's going to have to fill in at right back. Both Fabinho and Van Dijk both missed training today with an illness, a virus. I'm not sure exactly what it is. And Liverpool are struggling. We've got Trent as well. He's hit and miss. Will he make it for the game? I'm going to gamble no. I'm going to say no. We won't see Joe Gomez. We probably won't see Trent. It's hit and miss with him. Gini, again, he's 50-50 for the game. So it's tough for Klopp. But as it stands, a bit of good news that we do have Degsy Lovren back. So worst case scenario, we can go like this. Fabinho right back, Van Dijk and Dejan Lovren at centre back, and obviously Andy Robertson at left back. Then the midfield, probably Jordan Henderson, Naby Keita, Milner, he's suspended, so we won't be playing him. You'd hope then that Gini Wijnaldum's back, or else he'd play Shaqiri in there. But we do have bodies. It just looks like we are getting a few defensive reinforcements back. Next week, after this game, it won't be an issue. We'll have Joe Gomez back. We'll have Trent Alexander-Arnold back. It's just as it stands, this is probably the last game where we're going to have this... I don't know if crisis is the right word, but I'll say crisis because it's the only word I can think of at this point. What else have we got? Like, subscribe, folks, said Gary. Please do. If you're watching the stream, this is your first time with us. Firstly, welcome to the channel. All our content on here is free. We welcome anybody from any club on here. All we ask is that they're polite to the people in the chat and don't disrespect people. Other than that, I hope you enjoy the stream. Don't forget to drop a like on it, and please do hit that subscribe button as well. I'm hoping Vardy can terrorise Fabinho. He won't, man. Don't worry about it. It's grand. You're just going to have to accept a valiant defeat, I'm afraid. Leicester City FC, boy. Of course I would say that, though, wouldn't I? I'm a red. You guys can be a massive pain in the arse for us, as can Jamie Vardy. Last year, the game against Leicester, I seen as a bit of a turning point in their season. It was the first time in a long time that we went 1-0 down and actually turned the game around to win 2-1. So that game last year holds a bit of a significance for me, and I never look forward to playing Leicester. I've got to be honest, they could be a massive pain in their arse. Do you use Hedame or Tres and Shoulders? None of Head and Tresemme. Do you use Tresemme or Head and Shoulders? None of them. They're not good enough for this head. I only use the best. What else we got? Don't forget to vote on our poll, guys. Hit the button in the top right of the video. Said Connor, please do. We're having a poll today. You guys know that sometimes I break out the lucky shirt, but I don't break them out for every game. And usually I have to ask the shirt. I say, what will I do? Are you going to be worn this game or not? But this time I'm putting it to you. I'm putting it to you guys. It's a vote. Should I wear the lucky shirt against Leicester City, or do we not need it? Let me know. As Connor said, please do hit the top right hand corner and join that vote. I'm hoping for a close game, but I always look forward to Liverpool. As I said, I don't like playing Leicester. I really don't. Again, I hope this is coming through okay for everybody. I'm thinking it's going well tonight because I'm not seeing any complaints so far. You can probably see the image is much, much better on this camera than it was in the previous one. It's pretty damn clear, I have to say. I like it. I think we'll win 3-2 against Leicester. Leicester focusing on the right back position. I think Fabinho will be caught out. I don't think Fabinho will be caught out. I mean, if there's one thing we can say about Fabinho is his reading of the game is excellent. Whether that be in defensive midfield, at centre back, or even at right back. I think he just has that defensive nous about him, that quality. 150 likes and I leak pictures of Craig with hair, said Connor. And do you know what? Normally I'd go, fuck you. He has pictures of me with hair. I'm not lying. I sent him a couple the other day just to prove that once upon a time I actually did have some hair. So yeah, 150 likes and Connor will leak those pictures. Fuck it, why not? Hit that like button, guys. Most importantly though, do hit that subscribe button. As I said, we are going to have this show tonight in 3 segments. Segment 1, a little bit of a break, but the break you'll have a video and it's only about 35 seconds long. Segment 2, again break, then segment 3 and we'll finish up. Basically this is because of the new camera that we're using. I told you we can only go in 30-minute segments, and rather than it going black and me going off, I thought, why don't I film a little something? That way I can just do it in between. A little bit of a click you guys won't see, a little bit of camera tricks, a little bit of smoke and mirrors, and then I'll be back with the second part. Craig with hair, fake, said Oliver. You know what, mate? It fucking exists. I'm not lying. It actually does exist. My wife sent me a couple of pictures the other day of me when I had hair. And it looks weird even for me. Even though I know I had hair, it looks weird. Just worries me rumours of Maguire being injured. That would be great for us. I'm not going to lie. If Harry Maguire was injured, that head not being on the field, that would be massive. How come you're having breaks? I just explained that with Imran. And I say break. I promise you won't even notice it. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to go off. You're going to get a 30-second video. And that video is just going to be me explaining about a competition. So it's a bit of good news, really. So you're not going to have a shitty break. It's going to be me explaining about a competition. When that's over, I'll be back. You won't even notice. It'll be grand. 30 seconds, I promise. What else we got? Can I not be plugged in? Can it not be plugged in? Can what not be plugged in? The camera, it's got nothing to do with the battery on the camera, Pat. DSLR cameras can only stream or video for 30 minutes. It's the way the cameras are made, unfortunately. It's a really shitty thing, but you'll get used to it. I promise. It'll be all good. You won't even notice it. Oliver, what have we got? Oliver's in. Hello, Oliver. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. But you failed to put a comment in, Oliver. So if you want to put a comment in, buddy, please do, and we will happily talk that one through. But thank you for the super chat, my friend. When's Gomez coming, and will he be playing for Bayern? Joe Gomez looks like he's about a couple of weeks away, according to Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, I think it's fair to say he'll be back for the Bayern game. Could use it as a toilet break as well. It's not long enough, Imran. It's only 30 seconds, buddy. Actually, I think it's 35, if the truth be told. Even though the toilet is right beside me, it's in the next room. I won't need to go. I'm quite good like that. I have a bladder like a camel, he says. So Klopp was talking about Trent and the availability of him for the next game. And I'm just going to read you through a little segment that he gave when he was talking to the club site. He said, everyone knows how desperate Trent is to play. He can ignore pretty much everything. That he played through that game at Brighton was sensational, to be honest. It's unbelievable. The same for Gini, who got a little injury early and it was very painful. Adrenaline is obviously really hard stuff and gives you the opportunity to grow a bit into the game. It won't be long for Trent, but will he be ready for Leicester? I don't know. We'll find out. Then it's West Ham and Bournemouth. After that, he'll be 100%. But until then, we have to wait and see. So look, the gaffer talking about Trent, it's sounding to me like this one might be a little bit too soon for him. I hope it isn't. I hope he plays, but we've got to listen to the gaffer on this one. Did you see the FA Cup tonight? I did, mate. Well, sort of. I seen United were 3-1 up, and who was it? Bristol were 2-1 up. Evan said, Craig, do recall you screaming massive abuse though at the TV at Lovren during the Manchester City game. Surely you don't want him to play. Suppose we don't have any other choices. Look, Evan, if I'm being honest, mate, I scream abuse at everybody at some point, and Lovren isn't my first choice centre back. I mean, Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk are definitely my first choice pairing for centre back, but having Dejan Lovren and Joe Matip available is going to give the manager more options, and it gives us a bit of breathing space as well. So would he be my first choice? No. If I'm being honest, he wouldn't, Evan. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. You're right. I do shout at him from time to time. Raggy is better than Bishan, said Will. There you go. Fact, Craig has never had to take a break from a stream to go to the toilet, which I haven't actually, never. Which is odd. Connery can't believe that hasn't happened. I would probably rather wet my pants than leave this seat, because I would just feel so unprofessional to get up and leave. So I'd probably just piss myself and not say anything, if the truth be told. If there was a smell-o-vision, then you probably have, there'd probably be a few things you'd have smelled. But anyway, I digress. We move on. Right, some more comment. This is thanks to EU tax laws. Exactly, Pat. Exactly. You've nailed it. To classify any camera that records more than 30 minutes as a video recorder. This is true. Basically, the difference is, if you've got a camcorder, or you classify your camera as a camcorder when you're selling it, you got to pay something like 12% VAT. If it is a Nikon or DSLR camera, then it's only 5%. So they kind of limit them to 30 minutes. You do get this beautiful image, this quality that we have now, but there is that little downside. But Pat, you're on the money, mate. Well done. Get a catheter, you'll be alright. I'm alright at the minute, to be fair. I don't think I quite need a catheter just yet. Jordan Lukaku's loan move to Newcastle is called off after a failed medical. Wow. Fuck. Rafa won't be happy about that, will he? That man just cannot get a break at that football club, can he? Absolutely nuts. Right, guys, any more things you want to talk about? I have my own agenda here that I can go through, but this is your show, so you let me know what you want to talk about. Would have been nice for Arnautovic to go to China, is it? Is that who we're talking about here? If Lovren and Gomez are there for the Bayern match, it's good enough because VVD is banned. True, Leo. He's out for the first leg, and thank God it's just the first leg. I would have been a lot more worried if it was the second leg. Craig, I have you on my telly for the first time. We got Sky Q in on Monday. Is YouTube is one of the apps? It's fucking good, isn't it, Tom? I've got Sky Q in my house as well, and bollocks. I've got Sky. I'm back. See, this is why I was going to do the ad thing, because it shuts off. Now I just have to know that it doesn't quite shut off. It doesn't go for the full 28 minutes. I think it's only going to 20 minute spurts. Now, there you go. That's why I wanted to do the ad thing, because that comes on now. See, you'll all have seen it. Craig's gone, but he's back, and that's why. That's the little thing that causes the issue. Shazam, I'm back. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Now, Connor, as you can see, mate, that didn't go. That only went about 20 minutes. That didn't even go 30 minutes. So I think somebody's telling porkies. I think the camera manufacturer is telling porkies. That's a pain in the arse. It didn't go so early. Exactly. It did. It went after 22 minutes or something like that, Connor. So maybe I'll just reset my little yoke here to 20 minutes and we'll go from there. Actually, on this time, I'll set it to 18 minutes because we've already had one fuck up. So look, I'll set it to 18 minutes. We'll start and then I'll go. We'll try it again. You can turn invisible. Give me your secrets. You know, you get these when you get monetized on YouTube. You get invisibility. You get an invisibility cloak and all that kind of stuff. Haran Mohammed said, "Man United are back." Fair play. I mean, enjoy it, mate. Your team are doing well. I'm not a hater. It was Raf Benitez. If I was Raf, I'd leave Newcastle. Gomez is out injured again. Did you hear? Again? No, he's already injured. I don't think he's been extra injured. From what I can gather, he's still a couple of weeks away. I'd love us to get Werner now instead of the summer, even if it costs an extra 10 million, said Skipper Dog. We spoke last night about the Timo Werner situation, and basically what I can gather is the club Leipzig want him to sign a new deal, and that deal would include a £61.1 million or €70 million buyout clause. I don't know if he's going to sign it. It doesn't make any sense. And that buyout clause would only be activated by, or only be able to be activated by one of Europe's top 10 clubs. Thankfully, that would include us. But at the same time, from his point of view, with 18 months left or less than 18 months left, why the fuck would he sign a new deal? Doesn't make any sense. Connor said, let's time it this time and see how long. Hopefully you can do it, mate, because I have a countdown clock here and I'm going to see if I can get through the next time with the actual schedule of that break. Craig, you're just as ugly with the new camera. Facts are facts, Stephen, mate. I mean, you're right. It's not going to change. I'm still going to be bald, still going to be overweight. I'm not as pale, though. That much I'll give myself on the new camera. I'm not as pale. What else we got? Do you think playing Fabinho at centre-back instead of Lovren for the Bayern game is better with Van Dijk missing out? Oh, mate, 100%. For me, I'd much rather have Fabinho alongside Joe Gomez for that game. You would suffer a little bit in midfield. I suppose it depends if Genie's fit and who else we have available, but I can understand the thought process of playing him there. But I suppose, if I'm to second guess myself a little bit, when you have Fabinho playing in the 6, though, he does give us that front foot option a little bit more than Jordan Henderson, I feel. He seems to be able to step out defence a bit better than Henderson. See a forward pass, maybe. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh there on Hendo, because I do like Jordan Henderson. I just think Fabinho is much, much better in the 6. Don't care about the Champions League at all. It's only about the Premier League this year, said Billy Maxwell. Firmino is so underrated, said O-Dog. I'm wondering about that. I used to agree all the time when I would say that Firmino was underrated, but it used to be more I thought about it from a point of view of opposition fans. I think all Liverpool fans knew what Bobby was about and what he brought to the team, but yeah, I think you might be right with regards to opposition fans. I think it's taken them a lot longer to actually see what Firmino brings to this Liverpool squad. Howdy, Jose, you're back as well. Rafa's not a quitter, said David Davies. Damn right he isn't, pal. Damn right. Right, some more of your wonderful comments. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get through as many as I can. Okay, where are we? I really enjoy a good Craig rant at least once per game, but it does always... where's it gone? It does always seem that you have a little bit more zing reserved for old Dejan Lovren. Maybe so, Evan. You might have me by the short and curlies there. Oh, the lucky shirt, said Ben. The lucky shirt. Seen a report yesterday suggesting FSG targeting to match United's transfer budget from next year. That would be interesting. Now, we did see the Deloitte financial money list, or whatever you want to call it, for football clubs that came out yesterday. Manchester United had been the most valuable or the most profitable football club in the world. They're now down to third place in that list. Real Madrid are top of it, Barcelona are second, and Manchester United are down in third. So that gap is closing. Now, it's still a significant gap. I think there was roughly, off the top of my head, 100 million, 80 to 100 million in the difference, which is a lot less than previous years. I think Liverpool have upped their income by 20 to 25% over the past 12 months. Right, lots to get through, my goodness. You must have faked tan on for the camera, Craig. No, this is me. This is what I actually look like in real life. I'm not as pale as that old camera used to make me look, which really pissed me off, particularly when I came back from holidays. Guys, look, as you can see, we have passed 7,500 subscribers on the channel, which is brilliant. Thank you so much for that one. If you're watching this on playback, please do take a moment to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000. That's our target for the end of the year. Imagine this now. Imagine this for an end of season. Liverpool win the league, hopefully, check. Alisson wins the Golden Glove, check. Mo Salah wins the Golden Boot, check. Van Dijk wins Player of the Season, check. And we pass 10,000 subs. What a fucking season that would be. So if you're watching, please do take a second and hit that subscribe button. And of course, 150 likes means Connor gets to leak pictures of me with hair. They do exist, I promise you. Craig, can Ruby Mae Furlong get a shout out? She's a young up and coming singer and heard sing LA. Of course. Hello Ruby. I wish I could sing. I really wish I could sing. I have the voice of cats. I won't say drown because that's not nice, but I can't sing for shit, basically. But yes, Ruby Mae, best of luck with your singing career. I'm so jealous. I wish I could sing. Thankfully, I have the looks though instead, so I've got one or two. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. What else we got? I think we need Fabinho midfield. I think we should play Matip and Gomez at centre back for the Bayern game. Said Odog. Fabinho put some killer forward passes, so he needs to play in midfield. What else have we got? Oh, and here's me thinking I was caught up. No, there's lots more. And Connor still needs to go to space camp, as he's reminding us there in the chat as well. So yeah. What do you think of Manchester United tonight? My name is Troy and I'm from Belfast City. Hello Troy, welcome to the chat, mate. I thought Manchester United were very good again. They've really stepped up the game under Solskjaer. Kills me to say this, but I'm not going to come on and just talk shit for the sake of not liking Manchester United. I always try and call things as I see it. You cannot argue with the results since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come in. United look like a different team. I'm just thankful, obviously, that we got the game out of the way before Solskjaer came in and we got a handy little 3-1 win. We do have to go to Old Trafford. That's going to be difficult. We'll talk about that, of course, a lot more as the game comes up. But as it stands, you've got to give them credit. They've done well, bastards. Breaking news: RB Leipzig will be selling Timo Werner only if he does not sign the new deal. What do you think? I think Origi made that it would make no fucking sense for him to sign that deal. I was trying to say this yesterday. I probably worded the stream title wrong yesterday when I said breakthrough and Timo Werner. It was probably a little bit clickbait of me. Gotta hold my hands up on that one. What I meant was that there was some information basically, and yes, it was probably a bit clickbaity. But I do agree. Why would he sign that new deal? Yes, it's allowing him to be sold guaranteed, but at the same time, he knows that they're not going to let him walk for free in 16 months or whatever it is. So he can either get himself a little bit more money by moving this summer, probably get a higher wage because the club would have to pay less for him, or he can hang on. I think he'll be gone in the summer. If I'm being honest, I think one way or the other he'll be gone in the summer, whether it's for 60 million or whether it's for a little bit less. We're just going to have to wait and see. Will it be to Liverpool is the only question I think most of us care about. Time to invest in some LFC shares. They're a privately owned club, mate, so you can't invest in shares. They're not on the stock market. I wish I could sing, but I still try, said Leicester City FC Boya. You forgot to mention winning the Champions League as well, said Anthony. It's a fair point, mate. I mean, I was trying to be modest. I was only giving us the league, every fucking other trophy that was available for individual performances, and even giving us 10,000 subscribers. Lazar, the poor old fucker, has been linked to clubs in Mexico and China. I wish he'd just fuck off to Mexico or China, recessionizer, if I'm being honest. Our friend from Leicester City is heading off, and mate, look, I will get that video over to you, I promise you. Oh, my wife is in again. Look at this. I have the original photos of you with hair. Maybe I could set a GoFund Sabrina's new runner collection if I get money to release the photos. I think she's under the misperception, is that the right word? That people give a fuck. The people, they don't like me that much, Sabrina. They don't really want to give you money to reveal these pictures. Get your tits out, maybe. That might work. They were a bit sluggish tonight though, United, said Joanne Fisher. There you go. LFC Boya, I'll talk to you soon, mate. Craig, shout out Carl Johnson too. That's Ruby's great father for raising her well and becoming a Red. Well, look, anyone who raises a kid to becomes a Red is good with me. So Carl, good job, mate. I hope your daughter goes on to become a fantastic singer, and do keep in touch and let us know. Right, what else have we got there? Salah came back to social media today. Yes, I did have that in my notes, but I've read it out now, so I suppose I should go into it. Yeah, look, a lot of people were on saying, oh my god, Mo Salah's left social media, what the fuck, what's going on? It turns out that it was just a little bit of a scam. It was a little bit of a promotional thing for DHL. You know, the courier company. It was an advert or a bit of promotional work or something for DHL. So that's all it was about. Mo Salah, he's all right. He's not going anywhere. Everything's good. He was just maybe getting himself a nice little bit of wage off DHL. United have a big chance to get top four. To be honest, Arsenal suck. Chelsea aren't great. Spurs have everyone injured, including their stadium. Craig, who's the nicest man in football? For me, it's Kante or Salah. Has to be Kante. I'm going with Kante. As much as I love Salah, Kante. It has to be. Salah's very close behind him, but I agree with Kante. I mean, he's just a fantastic man, isn't he? If we donate £20 to you, Sabrina Holden, will you leak one photo? I'll fucking leak it. If you donate the 20 quid worth, mate, I'll leak it. If not, I'll just go and buy a wig and just stick it on. He was laughing with Lovren because he got us worried. I want that retro Liverpool top. Looks like it would fit me right, said Skipper Dog. You're not getting it. That is my lucky shirt, mate. It's very tough to get them with the Adidas on them like that. I wish it was original. I wish I could lie and say it's an original shirt. It isn't. Craig, apparently if you raise a child as an Everton supporter, you'll be done for child abuse. I don't know. I don't want to take that chance, mate. I'm not going to try and raise one to take that chance. £20 wouldn't buy you a pair of Air Max. Exactly. Look, she's telling you the truth. My wife, she doesn't hold back. She doesn't mince her words. Especially even with her little tiny feet. She's got kids' feet, so she's still under that size 6. So they're still cheap enough. But she's right. 20 quid won't buy her Air Max, and they're her tastes. Craig, this is Tony Kelly. I'm tapping up Werner for us. There you go. Keep tapping, William. Keep tapping. Hazard fanboys are worse than those Egyptians that comment on Mane's Instagram. Yes, they are. And will they still be such fanboys when he fucks off to Real Madrid in the summer? That's what I wonder with regards to Hazard, because he doesn't give a fuck about Chelsea. He's been begging Real Madrid to sign him for at least 18 months now. Craig, what if we sign Werner? He'll play in the striker position and Firmino in attacking mid. Leo, that's exactly what I think. Often I've had this conversation with people where they're saying, what happens if we bring a team of Werner? He's not better than Mane. He's not better than Salah. He's not better than Firmino. Where is he going to play? We don't just have a front three. We cannot play the same 3 players every fucking game of the season. So to those people I say, chillax. Let's bring him in if he comes in. We can either play him as Leo has suggested very well there. We could play Firmino a little bit deeper and play Werner ahead of him, or we could just rotate and we could give players a rest. Sometimes it's good to do that as well. And I think personally that we should have at least 5 players, maybe even 6 for those front 3 positions. Here's something towards the photos. Thank you very much, pal. That's so kind of you. Thank you very much. I'll put it off the camera bill. That's what I'll do. Serena's runners can get fucked. We'll put it off the camera bill. So thank you very much. Thoughts on João Felix? I don't know much about him, Chris. But you know what? Before the camera switches off again, let's go do this ad thing. So this is the first time I'm ever going to do this. So bear with me. I'm testing it out. Ad about to start. I'll be back in 35 seconds. Ready? Ready? Go. Their help. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll head back to the show now. See, I'm back, but that was my fault. No sound. There, no sound. That's Connor's fault. That's Connor's fault. That's Connor's fault. See, that's what happens. That's Connor's fault. See, this is what happens when you play around with this stuff. You gotta try and get it right. Why is there no sound? I didn't mute anything, Connor. I didn't mute anything, buddy. I never muted a single thing when I got up. So yeah, that wasn't my fault. What have we got? Craig, have you got any baby oil? I need to make this shoe. I'm going past that one, mate. I'm going past that. No, Connor, I didn't mute anything, buddy. I didn't hit any mute buttons whatsoever. No sound until the end. You must have muted it. Let's try it again. Let's try the ad again. Just give me 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Apologies for interrupting the show. I just want to remind you guys about our competition with thanks to our friends at scoredraw.com. ScoreDraw have given us any ScoreDraw shirt or any ScoreDraw tracksuit top to give away to one of our viewers or subscribers. To enter, all you have to do is check out either the Anfield Agenda Twitter page or the Anfield Agenda Instagram page. You can find us on both by searching at Anfield Agenda. The competition winner will be announced on January the 31st, and as always I want to say a massive thank you to ScoreDraw.com. They've been very good to us this year and we appreciate all their help. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll head back to the show now. See, now I'm back. I got it working this time. Is that better? Is that better? There you go. Nice. It wasn't the old camera ad. That was the new camera ad, Eric, actually. It was just that it was a bigger frame and it wasn't zoomed in as well. There you go. Now we can get back to talking about Liverpool. Thank you for putting up with my stupidity for that one. But there you go. Saw this one before. What else we got there? Hello, boys. Hello, Craig. How are you? Camera quality is great. Thank you, Austin. Really appreciate that. And that's exactly what we want to hear. Told you sound was there, said Troy Francis. You were right and I'm wrong. There you go. At least it worked that time, so at least we know it does work. My lad Callum didn't know we've bought a... I don't know, you missed the end of your sentence there, Joanne. You missed the end of it. So look, guys, one more thing actually, and this is quite important. All 4 of Liverpool's fixtures in March have been changed. They've been changed for television purposes. I'm going to read through this now just so you guys know exactly which ones they are. So all 4 of the Reds Premier League fixtures in March, games against Everton, Fulham, Spurs have all been moved because they've been selected by BT and Sky to be shown on their channels. The Merseyside derby at Goodison Park will take place on Sunday the 3rd of March at 4:15pm, whilst the home game against Burnley will now be played at 12 noon on Sunday the 10th of March. The Reds' trip to Craven Cottage to face Fulham has also been moved to Sunday 17th of February at 2:15pm, and the game at Anfield against Spurs will now take place on Sunday the 31st of March at 4:30pm. So apart from these games being moved, what does this mean for the Reds, I hear you ask? Well, sadly, it means that we're going to play after Manchester City. I think every time during March. I think. Could be wrong, but I believe it's every time during March. So let me know your thoughts on that. Does that increase the pressure on Liverpool? Does that put us under more pressure? Less pressure? Is it a good thing? Bad thing? It's usually better if you play first, if I'm being honest. It usually is. What else have we got? Yes, get in there. Merseyside derby and Spurs game. Get in there. Yeah, it's great that they're on TV. Don't get me wrong. Love the fact that they're on TV. But it would have been better if we were playing first, I think. Hello, Subi, mate. Great to have you in with us. Thank you for joining. All this game shifting is annoying, says Rod. Rod, I'll tell you what, mate. It's really annoying for those people who have booked flights or have booked trips to go over and watch it. The amount of people I know who are consistently fucked over by television channels during these things is unbelievable. You're supposed to get at least 6 weeks notice. Now, to their credit, most of them, if not all of them this time, have got their 6 weeks notice. So I'll allow them that one. That is the minimum they're supposed to give fans for these changes in the fixtures. Sean said it doesn't matter. It's 3 points at a time, so it doesn't matter who plays first. We just need to keep winning no matter what their schedule, said Anthony. Fuck City, we can cope with any pressure, said Stephen Richards. Do you not see my Divock Origi video? Download that video. I think you're talking to somebody else there, Ferno. And I'd be careful of any video Ferno has with Divock Origi in it. He doesn't call him Big Cock Divock for no reason. That's all I'm saying. Jose said it puts the pressure on. Only time will tell you if it's a good or bad thing. Kev said them game movements really mess me up as to what ones I can attend because of shift work. Again, I get that, Kev, mate, and it is shitty, but I can understand it to an extent. And when Sky and BT have so much money pumped into the game, yes, they are going to have a pretty big say, but it isn't great for fans. And like Kev said, it fucks him up with his shift work as well. At least, Kev, you'll be able to see us tonight. Last time I think you were having trouble with the stream, but you're on tonight. Looks all like it's all good. The video quality fooled me for a sec, said Pat. Hudson-Odoi for 50 million. On 50, what was this? Your conspiracy on 50 million was right on the English. You've lost me, Chris. That's, as Connor wants me to say, that's gone over my head, mate. What does the title mean, Craig? The title of the stream? I'll get to that, don't worry. I have that down. I'm not ignoring it. There is something to do with that. I'll get to it in 2 seconds. What's the point of us spending 50 million on Hudson-Odoi when he won't even play for us? I don't want us to spend 50 million on Hudson-Odoi, if I'm being honest. I'd rather he just goes off to Bayern Munich and does his thing. Vinnie Johnson is in. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining. He wants to beat Liverpool, said Nathan. There you go. Craig, TV money rules everything these days. It does, unfortunately, mate. It does. Right, so on that one, somebody asked me what this stream title today means. Robert Lewandowski said that it's Bayern Munich's dream to beat Liverpool in the Champions League knockout round. Speaking at an Audi event for 442, he said, I think we played very well in the groups. Of course, now we've very difficult opponents in Liverpool. At this moment, they're top of the Premier League. We still have a few weeks, and I think what will be very important is how we feel 1 week before the game. If we're ready, if we're fit, then we're going to be fighting, and I hope we get through to the next round. Of course, this is our dream to beat Liverpool. We know it'll be very difficult, and from the first minute to the 90th minute, we have to be 100% focused. So, very respectful from Robert Lewandowski there towards Liverpool. It's a very tough game to call, I have to be honest. The second leg in the Allianz Arena does give them somewhat of an advantage, but I feel that we're the better side overall, if I'm being honest. So, to me, I'm having this as a 60-40 for Liverpool to go through. I know other people will look at it differently. Obviously, if you're a fan of Bayern, you're going to look at me and go, shut up, you fat bald fool. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe if you're an opposition fan at another club like United or something, maybe you see it differently. But for me, as a biased Liverpool fan, I see this as 60-40 to Liverpool, even with Van Dijk being unavailable for the first game. Again, this is your show, though. I want to know your opinion, guys, so put it in the chat and we'll see how you're all feeling. Bring back Wilson, said David Davies. Grujic and Wilson are doing fucking bits. When did that become a thing, by the way? That phrase, doing bits. I love it. I absolutely love it. When did that become a thing? Rafa will twat City the same way he twatted United 4-1, said LFC_5. Craig, is the Merseyside derby on BT or Sky? Let me just check. Go back up and check for you now. Merseyside derby take place Sunday, 3rd March. It doesn't say on my list, sorry. I haven't got it here in front of me. Sky. Anthony said Sky. Thank you, Anthony. You're a lifesaver. Doing bits is an English thing, I believe. It's great though, isn't it? I really like it. I try and include it sometimes when I'm talking, even if it doesn't quite fit the context of what I'm saying, because I think it just sounds brilliant. There's a few phrases that I feel really uncomfortable saying. Peng is one that I just don't get. I don't get it whatsoever, and Connor loves to wind me up about it. He said that new camera of yours is Peng. I think that's right. Problem is VVD can't play in the first game. Yeah, I'd rather him be out in the first one though at Anfield than the second one. Because if we go balls out in the first one and attack Bayern Munich and we get a couple of goals, then we're really going to need him in the second leg. Well, no, we could have done with him in both, so there is that as well. Do bits as Love Island, said Kev. That's I could give you another phrase for that one, mate. If Van Dijk was playing the first leg, I'd be feeling confident, but because he's not, I'm not sure, said O-Dog. Sam said the vibe at the minute seems to be very good. All the players seem really happy to be at the club. Peng Ting, Kev, Peng Ting, you're really fucking pulling it out now. I'm not even going to go down that line. That's above my pay grade. That's over my head, as I would say to Connor. Only reason Sky has changed our matches is to give Shitty a chance. There you go. Leo's not buying this. Leo fully thinks there's a conspiracy theory on here. I only say Peng ironically, said Connor. No, he doesn't. He fucking loves a bit of Peng. Loves a bit of Peng, does Connor. It's unreal what clubs are spending on very young, unproven players. Chris, I was only thinking that the other day. Absolutely madness. Like Callum Hudson-Odoi has done fuck all in the game. Fuck all. And Bayern Munich are willing to spend, 40 odd million on him and throw 85 grand a week at him. That seems mental to me. Absolutely mental. And you can't blame Manchester City on this one. You can't say, it's all down to City, it's all down to PSG. Clubs like Bayern Munich are willing to do it now. It's madness. And Liverpool being linked to that Benfica kid as well, that apparently we bid 62 million quid and we're told no for. That seems over the top as well. 87 million on Werner, Craig, that's never happening. There's no way. I'll tell you why that's not happening, Nathan. He's got 1 year left at the end of this season. Nobody is paying that much for him. And if he does sign that new deal that Leipzig want him to sign, that would include the 70 million euro buyout clause to a top 10 club. So either way, that figure is never going to be reached for Timo Werner. Someone's been watching The Chicken Connoisseur. What the fuck is The Chicken Connoisseur? Sancho was unproven too. Absolutely. But they took him at a very, very reasonable fee compared to what we're talking about now. And they took him to develop him, and it's worked for them. And if they were to sell him now, they would really cash in. Late to the party tonight. Hi, Craig. A weekend off. It's going to be a long week, said Paul. I know, mate. It is. It feels like forever since the Reds have played. and here we are having to wait till Wednesday again. Yeah, it's not great, I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. I like Liverpool to play every 4 or 5 days. Sky is slang for Manchester loving cheating cunts, said Tony. I can't comment on that one way or the other, I'm just reading things out. Kids that are 18 go for 50 million these days. If I got my boots on again, I dread to think where I'd end up, says Wizzy Rabbit. If you have a cool name and can run 40 million right off the bat, said Recessionizer. If you're English though, if you're English on top of that, the English tax, you're 50 million plus. Pay 100 million, get the Dybala, job done. Where did I see the Dybala linked? I don't know if it was Manchester City, and I think it might have been actually, which I don't want to happen. I really fucking don't want him to go there. Right guys, look, another shout out if you're watching. Please do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the stream. We're heading in the right direction, but we need to get there as quick as we can. So please do drop a like on the stream and hit that subscribe button. Some more bits and pieces to chat through as well before we head into the final part of tonight's show. Mo Salah we talked about already, being back on social media, which is great. I have a little bit of transfer news around Rabiot. We spoke about it last night. It's not really Liverpool related, so I'll leave it till a little bit later on. Been watching Tin Star season 2. I've never seen that, to be honest. I've heard great reviews on it, but not something I've watched. How very dare you, Craig? Chicken connoisseur is a kid who goes around eating chicken. He says peng. Yeah. I remember him now. I remember the kid. Wasn't there one of them doing it somewhere outside Spurs ground or some football ground in London? See, I'm not as out of touch as I like to believe I am. Dybala's been linked to everybody. Real Madrid. I'm sure I've seen him linked to City, dog. I'm sure I have. And you're probably right with Real Madrid, but I'm almost positive I've seen him linked to Manchester City. Craig, the last LFC I got to watch was Wolves 2-1. Seems like ages ago. They won't frickin' play games on BT or Sky. It's been a while, yeah. I complained on Twitter about this once before and was told to shut the fuck up, basically, because I was saying that it's just there's too many games that you can't see these days. It's a pain in the arse when you're a fan. This has been the deadest transfer window ever, said Jose. It really fucking has. I agree. Hasn't been great at all. My lad Callum didn't know we've never bought a player from Man United for many years. He likes to sign Rashford. Unfortunately, Joanne, it's not going to happen. Rashford's a good player though. He really is. I underestimated him at the start, but watching him a lot lately, he's come on. And unfortunately, we're not going to sign him. I hate to disappoint Callum, because like Callum, when I was a kid, I'd love Liverpool to have signed loads of players. I mean, I wanted Liverpool to have Cantona at one point. That was before he went to United now, but I wanted us to have Cantona. Noticing Bayern players playing games talking about us, this fills me with massive confidence. We really should beat Bayern, said Wizzy Rabbit. Yeah, it's always good when clubs are talking about us. It shows that we're in their head. They're worried about us. To be fair to Lewandowski, he was quite nice on what he said there. So I'm gonna let him away with that one. When you see PSG and stuff, they went about it a little bit differently. When we were going up to play PSG, sure, all our fucking players were linked with moves there. Fabinho was going there. He didn't want to go to Liverpool. Sure, he only went to Liverpool because he couldn't go to PSG, and we heard that was bollocks. So there you go. Craig, your monobrow is peng. Thank you, mate. I worked very hard on this monobrow. In the summer, Dybala was linked to Liverpool, so I think reports are BS. He was, and I'd have fucking loved that Leo, mate. I would have loved him at Liverpool. What about Fekir? Unfortunately, Carrie, I've got nothing on Fekir. Absolutely nothing. Apparently, according to the Daily Mail, Liverpool agreed to sign 16-year-old French defender. Yes, that is true. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name, but yes, we're signing him from, is it Lorient? I think it is. He came for a trial in November. He impressed. He's been signed. He's going to start off in the under-18s. I think then he'll progress to the under-23s. But yes, we have signed that kid. Did say it's never going to happen, Craig. There you go, Joanne. At least you're telling your son the truth. Right, guys, look, I'm going to give you guys another shout out about this competition, so I will be back in 35 seconds. I'll talk to you then. What's up, everybody? Apologies for interrupting the show. I just want to remind you guys about our competition with thanks to our friends at scoredraw.com. ScoreDraw have given us any ScoreDraw shirt or any ScoreDraw tracksuit top to give away to one of our viewers or subscribers. To enter, all you have to do is check out either the Anfield Agenda Twitter page or the Anfield Agenda Instagram page. You can find us on both by searching at Anfield Agenda. The competition winner will be announced on January the 31st, and as always I want to say a massive thank you to ScoreDraw.com. They've been very good to us this year and we appreciate all their help. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll head back to the show now. Right, guys, I'm back. Thank you. I hope you've entered the competition, by the way. It's not the first time we've given away stuff with score draw, and it won't be the last. They've been really, really good to us this season, and we're probably going to have a good relationship with them going forward as well. So, as I said in the video, please do enter the competition because we love giving away free shit. I mean, who doesn't love free shit? Fair City interview confirmed, said Sean. There you go. Mr. Wellwide, sing us some tunes. You don't want me singing, mate. You really don't. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and wank over my dad's boxers. Good man, Wizzy. Good man. You knocked him out, pal. You enjoy yourself. Can somebody get the Men in the White Coat throw Wizzy Rabbit, please? Men in the White Coat throw Wizzy Rabbit. Sky Sports is hiring Craig now. They wish, mate. They wish. They couldn't afford my fucking Kios. And my rider of Kios and Diet will put them fuckers out of business. How do you enter the competition? As I say on the video, mate, head over to the Instagram account or the Twitter account. So it's at Anfield Agenda on there. There's a pinned tweet with the competition details on both. So, or well, obviously it's not a pinned tweet on Instagram, but there's a pinned tweet on Twitter and it's on Instagram as well. Really straightforward. You just follow it and retweet the post. Wizzy's a certified pervert if he does that. There you go. I mean, defo. I mean, I try and leave each to their own, but that is a bit fucking odd, I have to say. Stevie G was better than Scholes and Lampard, only knobs think differently. He was. Stevie G was infinitely better than both of them. All very good players, but come on. Stevie G is definitely better than both of them. Craig, every team is linked with every player. Wouldn't be surprised if Salah, Messi, Ronaldo are linked with Accrington Stanley on loan. Yeah, where did these mad loans come out of this transfer window? There's been a few, hasn't there? Tarkowski, Liverpool on loan, never going to happen. I've seen somebody was approaching Everton to get Tosin on loan, which of course is never going to happen either. There's been some really crazy stuff, and Fabinho going to PSG on loan. Where did he get this shit from? Do they think clubs spend 50 million on players and just go, sure, we'll lash them out on loan? Doesn't happen. Will you grow a goatee if Liverpool win the league? I don't know. I mean, I could grow a goatee. It's one of the few things I could do, but I probably just wouldn't look right with it. I'm going for the red mohawk. So the red mohawk is still a plan. Hummels on loan. Yeah, that was another one. You're right, Dave. That was another one. Hummels on loan from Bayern Munich to Liverpool. Scholes wasn't even better than Mascherano. Never mind Stevie G. Craig, Souness was offered the chance to sign Cantona when he was still playing for Auxerre, but turned it down due to Cantona's reputation as a problem player. Yeah, there's been a few managers over the years that have turned down players that could have done bits. They see, I got it in there, could have done bits. But Cantona, I can understand, to be fair. There's a few players that have backgrounds, or look at Dembele now is probably a good example. He's at Barcelona. He seems to be settling down a little bit now, but he's known to have a bit of an attitude problem. He's known to show up late to training or not to show up at all. Of course, he went on strike or disappeared from Borussia Dortmund when he wanted to move, but maybe Cantona was one of those players back in the day. I hated Scholes in the 90s because he was so good, said Pa Hammond. Yes, I did say I had a little bit of transfer news earlier on, guys, that wasn't really Liverpool related, but sure, why not have a chat about it? Spurs have been the latest club linked to Adrian Rabiot. Now, I speak about Rabiot because he's been linked to Liverpool for a very, very, very long time. For ages, I thought that he was going to go to Barcelona, and that might well still be the case. But with Barcelona having agreed a deal to sign Frankie de Jong from Ajax, maybe they're kind of holding down how many players they're going to bring in because they want to sign De Ligt as well. And there's somebody else that they want to sign. So maybe their finances won't quite be there. Yes, Rabiot will be on a free, but he's going to have a massive wage if you're going to bring him in the summer on a free contract. Spurs, they do need bodies, as we all know. Daniel Levy does love a bargain, so he's only 23 as well, Rabiot. So a lot of people originally thought that he was just doing this to get a better contract deal at a PSG. The longer this goes on, it does seem like he's going to walk away in the summer. So interesting to see if Pochettino gets his man, or if he does end up there. I hope he doesn't, if I'm being honest. I don't want to see him at Spurs. He does have a bit of a Spurs look about him, now that I think about it. But I like him. I like Rabiot as a footballer. I think he's very good. Chris said, was 46 degrees yesterday here in Melbourne. Almost died. I'm so sorry if I'm not making much sense. I'm dehydrated. Fuck you, Chris. Fuck you and your 46 degrees. It's fucking freezing here. And you're giving it out about 46 degrees. Come on, Chris. Be fair, mate. Think of us poor Irish over here. Look at this pale skin. 46 is ridiculously warm, though, to be fair. But just have a glass of water, man. It'll be all good. Throw another shrimp on the barbie, Chris. It'll be sound. The loans are always due to wages plus a small fee. It makes sense if the player isn't part of the long-term plans. Yes, but Fabinho was definitely part of our plans. Who else was there? Tosin, actually, I'm not sure at Everton. Maybe he's just not doing bits for them. Oh, he's thrown into doing bits again. Craig, what's your score prediction for the weekend? For the Leicester game, you mean on Wednesday? 2-0 to Liverpool, if it is the Leicester game that you're asking about, my friend. N'Golo Kante is a midget Fabinho. That is... I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, Alex. But N'Golo Kante is class. Rafa's too good to be managing Newcastle, said our friend Origi. I just hate the way things are going for him up there at Newcastle. From his point of view, from the fans' point of view, Ashley just needs to put his damn hand in his pocket and back the manager. Rabiot was saying Spurs are too small for him. Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. Spurs should go for Denis Suarez, steal him off Arsenal. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine the meltdown if that happens? Even I would click on Arsenal Fan TV to watch that meltdown. Kevin Prince Boateng, said Jose. Kevin Prince Boateng, and this is a phrase I never thought I would utter. Kevin Prince Boateng is a fucking Barcelona player. He is a Barcelona player. How did that happen? How did that happen? He's shit. How did he end up at Barcelona? Kevin Prince Boateng plays for Barcelona Football Club. That is wrong. Just wrong. Who's your worst ever Liverpool signing and most disappointing? Most disappointing for me, Paul, without a shadow of a doubt, was Harry Kewell. I was so happy when we signed him. I thought our left side was sorted forever. Well, you know, not forever, but for the immediate future. The worst signing? Varanen was pretty damn shit. I think you can almost take anybody as well from the Roy Hodgson era. You could just name any one of them. But then, yeah, Varanen was pretty shit. There was a couple under Antonio Nunes was pretty dog shit as well. There's a couple more I can think of. Let's put it to the chat though and see what everybody else thinks. Who do you guys think was Liverpool's worst ever signing? Maybe there's some people older than me that can go back a little bit longer than my memory allows. Like your setup. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Really appreciate that, mate. I'm really loving the new camera, I have to say. I think it's pretty damn good. True, Rabiot doesn't deserve to wear the Liverpool shirt because he's arrogant as fuck, said Leo. We were offered Schmeichel at the same time as Cantona, but we turned it down because we just bought David James. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? Even reading that out, I was just thinking, oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. When we look back at that now, it just looks like one of the worst decisions. Most likely Rafa's only at Newcastle because he's waiting for Ashley to sell the club. It's a good shout, Leo, and his contract is up at the end of the year, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Rafa because he loves England. He loves Liverpool, of course, but he loves being in England. His family are settled there. Newcastle, it's a good club with a good fan base. I mean, I have lots of time for that football club, and they deserve better than Mike Ashley. Carrie said, I'm off to St. Lucia on holiday. Oh, wow. Wow, that is class, Carrie. Enjoy. That's going to be amazing. Have a brilliant trip, Carrie. I'm so jealous, as I'm sure pretty much everybody in the chat is, but have a great trip and let us know how you get on. St. Lucia. Doesn't get much better than that. Shall I get a Kevin Prince Boateng shirt for the banter? Mate, I wouldn't waste your money, honestly. I could give the money to charity rather than get his name on the back of a shirt. Robbie Keane, disappointed, and worse was Aquilani for David Davies. Good show. Markovic, Nunes, Jovanovic for Wizzy Rabbit, Roy Hodgson for Recessionizer, Albi Moreno for O-Dog. Who else we got? Lazar Markovic for Origi, Balotelli for Tyler, Aquilani for Pat Hammond, Stephen Richards said Sean Dundee, Konchesky for Niall, Letalak, or was he from the academy? No, we signed him from Le Havre, if memory serves correct, Jose. We signed Letalak, and didn't we sign Pongol at the same time, or am I incorrect? But Letalak, if I remember, was from Le Havre. Bolo Zenden, said Jose. Markovic scored last night, can't be mean. He was for the under 23s though, Cart, so come on, you can be a little bit mean. Break and Rafa Benitez will be leaving Newcastle if he can't make any signings this window. I did see something along those lines, whether it be on Sky or somewhere earlier on. I don't know if it was a bit sensationalist, but I did see something to that effect. Alberto Moreno has to be the worst signing. Oh, Jesus, Robert, I think we've had much worse than Albi. As bad as he is and all, and he is bad, I think we've had much worse than him, unfortunately. It kills to say that, but, you know, you've got to try and be fair. Carroll, Kuehl, Lazar, Nunez, Gonzalez, Paul Stewart, Diaz, a few more for Skipper Dog. Worst was Christian Poulsen. Disappointing was Joe Cole, said Tom. Boateng to Messi. Oh, it just doesn't sound right, does it? It doesn't sound right even as a sentence. I want to do a stadium tour, said William Kelly. I haven't done the stadium tour since the new stand. I've been there, of course, a fair few times. I've just never done the stadium tour since we did the new stand. Worst signing ever for Alex Gomez was Jimmy Traore. Champions League fucking winner, Jimmy Traore, mate. That's what makes that even more crazy. Has to be Markovic, especially for the fee he signed and for his wages, said Farno. Paul Gormley said the Souness signings were horrific. Torben Picnic, Paul Stewart, Dick, Speedy and the players they replaced. He basically fucked out every Irish player he could get out of the club, Paul, if memory serves me correct. Ricky Lambert was a massive downgrade to Suarez. That was a massive joke. Worst signing ever. And Balotelli as well in the same fucking window. Or the same period of time. Good shout, Carrie. You were disappointed with Morientes. Player of his calibre should have scored tons of goals, but flopped. I think it was just the wrong side of his career as well. Just the end of his career. But like you, I thought he would have done much better at Liverpool. Downing or Carroll, said Lee. Jim Beglin. In what sense? Jim wasn't disappointing. It was unfortunate that he picked up an injury. But Jim Beglin was a fantastic defender. Balotelli replaced Suarez. That was a real blow, said Wizzy Rabbit. Benteke for Lee. What a waste of fucking money he was. Sebastian Coates, said Jose. He's still playing actually. He's playing for Sporting Lisbon and he scored the other night. Ricky Lambert was by far the worst signing since Andy Carroll, said Evan Power. We had so many. Just reading through them here actually, guys, we really fucking have. We haven't been short of a few shitty transfers. Harry Kuehl, said Sabrina. She knows how much that fucker winds me up. Hello, I was out having a couple of ciders with the mates on the channel. It was a good night, said Scotty. Nice. Hope you had a nice view. What type of cider was it, Scotty? Interested to know, mate. Are we talking Woodpecker here or what's on tap these days? Aquilani for 20 million was shocking, especially when he was brought in to replace fucking Xavi Alonso. The Little Prince. Do you remember that nickname when he came in? The Little Prince. Saidi was shocking, Niall, you're right. Do you remember Brendan Rodgers? He got really excited about Osama Saidi. Or is it Osama? Is it Usman? Osama? I can't remember his fucking name. It's Saidi anyway. He got real excited about it. Oh, this is an exciting player coming in. He's going to do well. Fuck off, Rodgers. Fuck off. I'd love to invent a time machine, bring Ray Kennedy and Kenny Dalglish to play with Salah. That would be tasty. Harry Wilson and Brewster for the summer, said got cool. Yeah, we do have a lot of good talent coming through. A lot of good young players coming through. Shame that Ricky Lambert was a flop with him being a scouser, said O-Dog. Bruno Cheru, the new Zidane. Yeah, Bruno fucking Cheru. He's still playing, I think, or is it his brother? Because his brother was a professional footballer as well. Jim Breglin was brilliant, to be fair. Got a really bad broken leg against the Blue Shite and was never the same. Yeah, I really like Jim Beglin. Even as a pundit, I like Jim Beglin. Did you see that Torres liked the picture edited with him and Salah together? Interesting. But he can always hide behind the fact that they were at Chelsea at the same time, I think, weren't they? I think they were at Chelsea at the same time. Salif Diao, said Raymond. That was another good shout. Suso was shy, said Chris. I think it was just a bit too early for him. He's doing okay with AC Milan at the minute. Nigel Clough. Saidi was a beast on FIFA, said Jose. Bogdan is king. Bogdan. Fucking 118. Thank God his contract technically runs out at the end of this season. Brewster and Wilson should get some game time next season, said Leo. Ricky Lambert is a rat. I heard he said bad things about us after he left. I don't know if he did or didn't, but he's a Liverpool fan, William, so it would be strange if he did. What else have we got? Joey Maguire said, I'm not even a Liverpool supporter. I follow United, but I have to credit you're a great host and I love to listen to your channel. Keep up the good work. Joey, mate, that is so kind of you to say. Thank you so much. I often pop in and watch Mark on the United stand as well, so I understand this little fascination maybe with dropping in and out of other channels. But Joey, thank you. That's really kind of you to say, mate. I appreciate that. Imagine Torres, Suarez and Salah with Firmino in the 10. Oh yeah, you will need to get me some tissues, mate. That would be pretty delicious. Hello Louis Bebb, how are you, sir? Charlie Adam, yes, he was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And the fact that King Kenny actually went and got the man as well. And I mean physically went and got him. Like, it's so sad. Charlie Adam was so shit. I wish we'd have got Jari Litmanen 10 years earlier. Yes, Jari Litmanen was a fantastic footballer. Definitely Finland's best. What else have we got? Sad thing, all these dirtbags were bought because Liverpool didn't have any cash at the time and the club wasn't run right. Jesus Christ, Craig, get a sentence out. Run right for 20 years. But we're there now, Skipper Dog. That's the main thing, mate. We're there now. Honestly, Mane couldn't finish a packet of crisps. That's a bit harsh. I mean, he'd finish one packet and he'd end up pouring the other ones all over the floor. He'd probably finish one out of every 2 packets. But if he didn't, the other packet would definitely be exciting what he did with the packet that he didn't finish. Who's our best bargain? That is a good show. And one that we will come to in 2 minutes, guys. I've just got a couple more things to go through, and then we will head into probably what will be the final part of tonight's show, actually. I thought El Hadj Diouf was a disappointing signing, said Evan. I have another thing to go through actually with you guys around some money as well, which is great for Liverpool Football Club, and I will talk about that one in a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to play the competition post again, guys, so if you haven't seen it already, keep an eye out. Ad coming up. I'm going to be back in 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Apologies for interrupting the show. I just want to remind you guys about our competition with thanks to our friends at scoredraw.com. ScoreDraw have given us any ScoreDraw shirt or any ScoreDraw tracksuit top to give away to one of our viewers or subscribers. To enter, all you have to do is check out either the Anfield Agenda Twitter page or the Anfield Agenda Instagram page. You can find us on both by searching at Anfield Agenda. The competition winner will be announced on January the 31st, and as always I want to say a massive thank you to ScoreDraw.com. They've been very good to us this year and we appreciate all their help. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll head back to the show now. And I'm back. Thank you, guys. I hope you've entered the competition, and a massive thank you to our friends at ScoreDraw for all their help as well. Right, I did say I had one more thing to go through on tonight's show, one more segment for you all. So Liverpool, we often wonder about the transfer windows and what Liverpool do in January, what Liverpool do in the summer, and what the history of those transfer windows have been. And Leo, the way the advertisements made, the reason I'm doing them is because of the setup on the camera. I actually have to do them or the screen will just click off. It's not that I like doing them, it's not that I want to plug stuff. It's just to put that up there too. The DSLR camera that we use, the Nikon, the new one that we use, all DSLR cameras can only go 30 minutes and then they click off. So basically that's why I'm doing that. Anyway, I did say I had a little segment for you. If you've ever wondered about specific transfer windows, which one's better for the club, which one have we made more money in, January seems to be a good window. So Liverpool have a net profit of over £75 million in total throughout the January transfer windows. So when it comes to January business, I've picked out some stories here. This was on Sky, by the way. I want to give credit to them for their article. I'm not trying to say it's mine. So the top 5 most profitable clubs in the January transfer window. And this is throughout all of the January windows, not just this window. Since the history of the January transfer window in the Premier League, who tops that one? Who's made the most money? Chelsea. Chelsea have made £92 million in the January transfer window. Second on the list is Liverpool with £75 million. Third then is Southampton. Fourth West Ham. And fifth Manchester United. Now I have to admit, when I seen this list and I seen we were second and Southampton were third, I nearly fell off the fucking chair, because we basically gave Southampton all of that fucking money to put them up into third on that list. But it is interesting to see that even with the business that we've done in January, and you think back, we brought in Coutinho, Van Dijk, Danny Sturridge in January transfer windows. I'm trying to think of who else. But we spent money. We spent big money. Now we did sell Felipe Coutinho, so that does bring in a lot of investment in. But to see Liverpool with a £75 million plus from the January transfer window, I found that very interesting. But again, Chelsea up at 92 million. That's a lot of money brought in for them in the January window. A window that is usually quite quiet. Right, so what else have we got? We spent over 100 million on 2 Roma players and Roma still got ripped off, said Odog, which is true. Stephen Taggart has just popped the link in there, guys. He's doing Dry January in aid of Cancer Research UK. So if anybody wants to help Stephen out or support him, you can do so on that link. We'll all be getting the chance to do an advert for you, Craig. Well, the advert is just, I'm saying it's an advert, it really isn't. I'm going to do other different bits and pieces to mix it up a little bit. Maybe I'm going to make a few videos of you guys. Maybe you guys can send me in little shout outs or whatever. We can do anything you like with these little gaps. They don't even need to be 30 seconds long. I can do it in 15 or 20 seconds. But as I did say, the reason it's there is because of the camera. And it's one of the little sacrifices that I have to make to have this good a picture quality. I can only go 20-25 minutes without a little 30-second gap, but I think it's okay. For the watch-alongs though, don't worry. I'm going to go back to the older camera. It's not as good quality, but for the watch-alongs, it'll be uninterrupted. We'll get to go through the entire games. And for those asking, I will be doing a watch-along of the Leicester game next Wednesday. Klopp has upgraded every position except striker. I expect a major signing similar to VVD and Alisson. What else we got? The best bargain in football history is Pirlo to Juve for free, but for Liverpool the bargain is Coutinho for 8 million. Yeah, that was pretty damn tasty, to be fair. Coutinho for 8 million does seem ridiculous now when you look back on it. Very, very cheap indeed. Okay, what else we got? Any more of your comments that we've missed out on? I imagine the ads and Craig's at home shouting swear words quickly to remain calm on here. Yeah, sometime I'm going to fuck up. And I'm going to say something and I forgot my mic's still on. Who goes down as the all-time Liverpool legend, Gerrard, Suarez or Salah? From that list, Gerrard. From that list, for me, Joey, 100%. I mean, Kenny tops the list. My personal favourite is Robbie Fowler, but that's a personal preference. John Hamilton is in. John, how are you, sir? Great to have you in. Damn it, forgot all about this stream. It's okay. We're here every night, John. We're back. I took my 3-night hiatus. Good to get a bit of relaxation, I have to say, but I'm back now and I'm loving being back, really enjoying it. Any bets for the weekend? Not for me, Skipper Dog. I'm trying to be a good boy lately. I'm trying to stay away from the betting. The biggest bargain is Salah for 35 million, said Origi. Most underrated Liverpool player? Good question for David Davies. Most underrated. Steve Finnan has to be up there in the conversation, I think. Really, really love Steve Finnan. Who else would be classed as underrated? Is Dirk Kuyt underrated? I don't know. It depends who we're accusing of underrating him. Are we talking about Liverpool fans? Are we talking about opposition fans? But I think Steve Finnan is definitely somewhere high up on that list. Ian Rush was about the equivalent of 1 million in today's money, said Pat Hammond. Robbie Fowler was my favourite as well, but Gerrard tops it, said Leo. Firmino, Dog, is one of the most undervalued. Sean said, for everybody that's watching, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notifications. Actually, I never say that. So if you're new to the channel or you're subscribing for the first time, please do turn on the notifications, because that will allow you to get a little ping or a little message every time we go live. And we generally do a live stream every night at around 10 o'clock or 10:15. We also do watch-alongs of every match, every Liverpool game, and we do a few other little bits and pieces as well along the way. But most importantly, all the content on here on Anfield Agenda is free, and it always will be free. I'm a firm believer in everything we do on YouTube being free and always being free. Now, I'm not having a go at other channels that go behind a paywall, each to their own. But when we started this, we always wanted to stay free. So all we ask is that if you are watching, if you're enjoying the content, firstly, welcome to the channel. Secondly, please hit that subscribe button. And thirdly, drop a like on the stream as well. Thank you for that one. Underrated for Carrie Bonner is Dirk Kuyt, Lucas Leiva, Neil Mellor and Jari Litmanen. I love that you included Lucas Leiva in there, Carrie, because I always think he's underrated by a lot of people. Kuyt was underrated by everyone because he was a machine when he used to play. He used to run non-stop, said Leo. Are you going to keep betting on a Van Dijk header? It depends. Sometimes William I go into... Is it William or William, by the way? It says William, but I don't know if it's a misprint or not. So we'll say Will, if that's okay. Sometimes I just can't find that bet. Depends if I use Paddy Power or if I use William Hill. Sometimes they don't have the headed option. Sometimes they do. So I tried to put the bet on for that one all the time, because I said I was going to keep betting until he scored. Emil Heskey has come out of retirement to join Liverpool. Pass. Gonna have to say no on that one. Robbo looking like my new favourite, said Tony. How could he not be? Andy fucking Robertson is brilliant. Salah for President of Egypt, what do you think? I try to stay away from politics, mate, because it's above my pay grade. In my opinion, Gerrard is the best English player of all time. I don't care what other people say, said Origi. Is he the best English player of all time? It's a tough conversation to have. He's got to be in the conversation, but It's one that definitely deserves time to have a think about. Henderson is underrated, said Neil Anthony. Joanne Fisher said, I met John Barnes, Robbie Fowler, and Ian Rush. Nice. I'd love to meet John Barnes. I've had the pleasure of meeting Robbie Fowler. I've never met Ian Rush, but I really would love to meet Digger. Gaza could have been the best, said Sean. What a player he was. I mean, for talent, Paul Gascoigne is just unbelievable. Bags of talent. Shearer, said Sean. I hate Shearer. I have to say, he's a very good footballer. Of course he is. I wouldn't be stupid enough to say otherwise. I just don't like the guy. Not that that should matter in this conversation, by the way. I mean, this is about who's the best English player. So, yes, Alan Shearer has to be in the conversation. Ronnie Whelan, great shout, Paul, great shout. Ronnie Whelan, underrated, said Paul Watterson. He was a fantastic footballer. His goal for Ireland against the USSR, that scissors kick. Oh, what a strike. Coit was a great player, said Pat Hammond. He really was. He really was. I was so excited when we first signed him. I remember, I think one of his first games was a European game. I was away on holidays and I watched it at the time and I just thought, fuck me, this lad has an engine. I think he came on as a sub for that game. Alex Gomez said Joe Cole, Stuart Downing, Andy Carroll, Charlie Adam, Benteke, Balotelli, Andre Voronin, Christian Poulsen, Paul Konchesky, Sebastian Coates, Thiago Ilori, Andre De Sena, Martin Kelly and Jermaine Pennant. I gather that's not a list of your favourite players, Alex, if I'm guessing, because that's a list right there of dog shit, mate. Craig Jarrett is the best ever English player because the way Jarrett could destroy a game, I couldn't see any other English player on that level. Your Rods and William Hill is good, David. I do enjoy that myself. I have to say, William Hill is one of the two sites I probably use to bet, and I do like that Your Odds section. You get some good bets on there, some interesting stuff. Craig is not that I'm. By the way, I'm not telling anybody to bet. Don't mean that. I'm just answering somebody's point. I never tell people to bet or don't bet. It's a choice. It's an individual choice. Met Barnes once asked him to do the Anfield rap, so he done a verse from it. That is class. Well done, John Barnes. Well done. I love people like that they don't take themselves too seriously and they can relax and have a bit of fun like that, and that's something that John Barnes always looks like he does. Shearer was pretty good, said David Davis. He was, and he was hard as nails as well. That's one thing I'll give Alan Shearer. Footballers these days, we often accuse them of being soft, but you know, Shearer was hard as nails. David Dunn signs 2-year contract for Liverpool. No, please. Oh, do you know what? You wrote David Dunn there, and my fucking head went to Richard Dunn, and I was thinking, Jesus, no, not Richard Dunn, Heart of a Lion, Arse of a Rhinoceros. David Dunn signed a 2-year contract for Liverpool, says the Crusader. Craig, DT's fan cam just came out, and he's having a go at Mark, calling him a Nottingham Forest fan, having a wank behind his green screen. What a clown. I've tried so hard, mate. I've tried so hard to not bring up that lad's name for a long time. And I seen that Mark went down and recorded some stuff with Arsenal Fan TV, obviously around the game, so well done to him for that one. But fuck DT, I've said it time and time again. Honestly, I'm not going to keep going back and having a go, but the lad's just a bully and a mouth and an arsehole. And I'm just going to leave it right there at that one, because I don't want to go on too much about other channels or other people's content, but he's a prick. That's, you know, my opinion of him at this point. Mark is so much classier than me about this. He just, you know, it's just like, he just brushes him off his shoulder, takes him out of his pocket, waves him around. I'm a bit more angry about stuff like this because I hate bullies, but Mark's a bit more calm when he deals with DT. I look at the situation and just go, nah, fuck you. Ryan Babel looks like he literally still plays the same after all these years. That hair of his is pretty fucking weird, isn't it? That red hair of his. Paddy Berger, underrated. That's a great shout, Tom. Paddy Berger certainly wasn't underrated by the ladies, I can promise you that much. The ladies loved him a bit of Paddy Berger. Jan Molby was Alonso Mark 1, the master passer, said Paul. He did have a good range on him, Jan. Even when he was playing the Legends games and he was overweight, he still had that range of passing. Pat Hammond said, player I hated was Phil Babb, just never seemed to realise his potential. How dare DT slag off Nottingham Forest, said Sabrina. There you go. I mean, you've made my wife angry now, mate. And it takes a lot, because she's married to me, and she doesn't get that angry. Dirk Out used to watch the games on a treadmill, said David Davies. William Kelly said, Anfield Rap and Anfield Agenda, two worse forces going at it, fair play. I don't understand what you mean there. If it's workhorses, then I'll take it. The question is, though, is there too much money in football now, and how can we change it? Yes, there is, unfortunately, mate. I think there is. And what really kills me about it is how it's been taken away from fans. Taken out of their pockets. We're having to pay too much for shirts. We're having to pay too much to get to games. And we're lucky to an extent. I mean, if we lived in London, yes, you can say you've got London wages, but some of the prices of the Arsenal tickets, over £100 to see Arsenal playing. No thanks. But I do agree, there is too much money in the game now, and it's losing some of its soul, but unfortunately, it's so damn popular, especially the Premier League. We're just stuck with it at this point. We just got to make our best of it. I'm purposely not reading out your DT comments, guys, because I'm very mindful of not going on any rants about the guy anymore, because fuck him. What's your thoughts on Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV and Lauren from True Geordie arguing? I don't have any thoughts on it, William, because one, I don't know Robbie at all, nor do I know Lauren from True Geordie, so probably I can't give an opinion on something I don't know anything about. You're going to have Ryan Babel's hair at the end of the season. Pretty much, mate. Pretty much. But just in mohawk form. Not the full head like he has. But that colour is what I'm going to go for. I never liked Lovren, but I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool, said Brian. I can understand that, Brian. I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of Liverpool fans aren't sold on Dejan Lovren. I personally think that he's a decent defender. He's not my first choice, but I don't mind having him in the squad if I'm being honest. Can we upgrade? Yes, probably. Hi Craig, hope you had a good day. Jesus, the media are acting like the Manx scum are top of the league, still miles behind the Reds. It's a tough one, Ant, because at one point I agree with you, but at another point they do deserve a little bit of credit, don't they? I mean, since Solskjaer's come in, they've just done one again, and maybe a few more wins even on top of that. So it kills us as Reds, as Liverpool fans, but credit where it's due. The fuckers have been alright, haven't they? Football is not working class anymore, said Sean. It certainly isn't. Jesse Lingard thinks he's England's swag. You can't mess with Trent. Nah, I can't fuck with Trent. Trent's miles ahead of him. Martin Skirtle was pretty underrated. I wouldn't agree with that, Alex, personally. I really did not like Martin Skirtle, so maybe I'm skewed by that. Illegal streaming is the only way money will come out of football, said David Davies. Obviously, I can't say anything about illegal streaming on here. I can't say that's something that I condone because I'm running a YouTube channel, so I'm going to pass on that one. German League do well with the fans' caps on tickets. Yes, exactly. And I also believe when you buy a ticket to a game in Germany, you get free public transport for the day with that ticket. That's what I'm led to believe anyway. Right, guys, last time I promise. We're going to kick on the ad one more time just so we can keep the show going. So 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Apologies for interrupting the show. I just want to remind you guys about our competition with thanks to our friends at scoredraw.com. ScoreDraw have given us any ScoreDraw shirt or any ScoreDraw tracksuit top to give away to one of our viewers or subscribers. To enter, all you have to do is check out either the Anfield Agenda Twitter page or the Anfield Agenda Instagram page. You can find us on both by searching at Anfield Agenda. The competition winner will be announced on January the 31st, and as always I want to say a massive thank you to ScoreDraw.com. They've been very good to us this year and we appreciate all their help. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll head back to the show now. And I'm back. See? Seamless. We're getting the hang of this stuff. We're getting the hang of it. I just did that so I could keep going for another few minutes because I was going to end the stream, but I thought, you know what? I'm having fun. Let's keep going for another few minutes. I wish I could read out so many more of these DT comments, guys. I really do, because I'd fucking love to slaughter them on here again. But I've made promises to people. Some people have actually complained before that I talk too much about the guy, that I moan too much about Arsenal Fan TV. So I'm trying to be respectful. Lorenzo, is that a realistic signing for Liverpool? I don't know who the guy is. Is this I don't know who he is, William. Maybe I've missed. Come back to me if we're talking about Insigne. I don't know who you're talking about. Guys, look, as you can see, we're at 7,515 subscribers, which is brilliant. Thank you. If you're watching this on playback or you're new to the channel, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the stream. Also, we've had some super chats tonight, so I just want to take a second to say thank you to those people as well. As you know, we recently dropped about €700 or so buying this new camera and new equipment, and so any super chats and stuff like that that we do get in do go back towards that equipment. So thank you so much to everyone that helped out with that one. Ross Kemp is doing side gigs now. He is. He's got to bring in the wedge somehow, Sean. Those Bentleys don't pay for themselves. The ad is the greatest thing since sliced bread. said LFC underscore 5. Don't worry, you won't have to look at it all the time. I'm going to change it up. Going to do different things, different nights. Craig, will you be able to stream tomorrow? Yes, every night. Back now every night. As always, I'll be here at 10:15. I just took 3 days off there during the week because I needed a rest, if the truth be told. I was mentally fucking wrecked. Darragh O'Brien needs to stick to mock the week. I wish I had Darragh O'Brien's money or talent carry. I'm a big fan of Darragh O'Brien's, to be fair. Lingard is overrated. When is he gone to the England team? I think Southgate is drunk. Rashford's good, but he's no Kane. Craig, what do you think of Mark calling Lacazette the French Charlie Austin? Oh, and Rand's calling Aubameyang the Gabonese Jamie Vardy. Fucking hell. I think it's harsh on Lacazette, to be fair. The French Charlie Austin. That is... I mean, Mark wasn't holding back there, was he? Oh, that really has made me smile. The French Charlie Austin. He does come out with some belters, doesn't he? Has anybody come across the Shy Football Terrace? A lot of people have been on here, Chris, complaining about... Is it a guy called Terry that's on there? I've never watched it, so I don't know. I just remember some people in the chat complaining about the guy. I don't understand why people watch shit about people they don't like, by the way. Is it just me, or does anybody else, if you don't like somebody, you tend to stay away from them? It's harsh on Charlie Austin, said Carrie. PSV. Oh, Lozano. Is it Lozano? Is it that Irving Lozano? Is that the guy you're talking about, William? But him, I know who he is. I just wasn't sure if that was the guy you were talking about. Yeah, he's doing well this season, isn't he? A couple of people have been, or a couple of clubs have been linked with him. I haven't seen any serious links for Liverpool too, and more just fans wishing that we went and looked at him. He did well in the World Cup as well for Mexico, if I'm thinking of the same player. Yeah, it's Terry, and he's a proper Liverpool hater. As I said, I don't know the guy. I've never seen him, Leo. Never watched a minute of the channel, so all I can go off is other people who are complaining about him. It's because they're linked to AFTV and the other fan channels, but Terry is a deluded and biased clown. Yeah, see, I've always tried to stay away from those little cliques. You know, these little groups that all work together and have each other's back and all that stuff. I try to stay away from that stuff. Not because I don't want other people to succeed, or I don't want to be part of something. It's just because I like to say what I want to say, and I don't like to have to hold back. And I don't want to feel like I have to not say something because I'm friends with somebody who does this, that or the other. I mean, we did the stuff with Mark. I'm doing the stuff with Leicester City FC Boy as well. I'm doing a little video for his channel before the game, and he's going to come on and do a post-match show for us here, or with us after the game. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to stick to my own. And do I know Mark? Yes, Robert, I do. I did. I was on Mark's channel for a preview of the United game, and Mark came on here actually after the game. So yeah, I do know Mr. Goldbridge. I call him Mr. Goldbridge all the time, and it pisses people off that I say that. Not in a disrespectful way. I mean, people just don't understand why I just don't say Mark. And I don't know either. It's just something I started saying, so I stuck with it. But yeah, I think we can say Mark Goldbridge. Can we say Mark Goldbridge, friend of the channel? I think that's fair. I think we could class him as a friend of the channel at this point. He's been very good to us, in fairness, Mark. He's always shouted us out on his channel, sent some people over to watch us, of course brought us on, and we got lots of followers, I'm not going to lie. Going on his channel, of course, gave us a bit of exposure and brought people over, and I thank him for that one, because everybody needs a hand up when you start off on this thing, and everybody needs a bit of a help, and Mark's been very helpful to us, and I'll never forget that. Craig, it's not about succeeding, but them two channels only advertise their own channels by talking shit about Liverpool. Yeah, I don't understand that either. And you're right, because I used to say that when you're on Twitter or something and you go in and you look at other fans' chats. I mean, I sometimes like to just hashtag Liverpool and read through all the comments. And at least half of them are from opposition fans, which is fucking baffling. I come on here to talk about Liverpool, and yes, there are little segments where we divert off. Somebody would ask a question about United, somebody would ask a question about Arsenal, and I'd answer. But in the main, I wouldn't waste my time. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want to talk about the things that bring me joy. Other clubs' fans, and you're right, Leo, it's not just Arsenal fan TV or even Manchester City fans. There's a lot of them that spend their time talking about other clubs. It's crazy. And that's when they're not making a show of their own fans. Because that's something I've said before about specific channels. Arsenal fan TV. I think they look to make a mockery of their own fans. They make their own fans look like dickheads with these reaction videos. Now, I'm not talking about the guys that they bring on all the time, like Ty and Claude, and I mean they're part of the crew. That's a different thing. Sometimes I feel like they might be saying stuff to get a reaction, but all in all, I'm not a fan of reaction videos as a whole. Associate of the channel, maybe that's what we'll go with, David. Let's get back to Gark. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've said Gark, hasn't it? Secretly, when I'm talking to Connor the odd time, I'll still throw out a Gark every now and again, but it's more a respectful Gark at this point. Goldbridge is a legend, even though he supports the Manx, said LFC_5. Mark is okay, said Tony. Honestly, the Salah diving wankfest on other channels makes me mad, Craig, said the Revenite. The thing about this is, I sometimes take it as a compliment, mate, because if we weren't up at the top of the table or we weren't as good as we were, nobody give a shit about Salah diving or nobody care about Liverpool doing this, that. It's only because they're scared. I keep saying that. Take it as a massive mark of respect. These fuckers are scared of us. They're petrified of Liverpool. Do you know Paul and Chris from Redmen TV? No, I don't, Carrie, no. I know who they are, of course, and I greatly respect what they do, but I don't know them personally. Big up Mark, said Adam J. Found you through him, and you're not the only one, Adam. We've got a lot of great people in, United fans and Liverpool fans, with thanks to Mark and going on to his channel, and Mark, of course, coming on here. Manchester City fans, what are they? They're what used to be Chelsea fans, Chris. Do you remember them? They used to be Chelsea fans, and then Manchester City started winning stuff, and all of a sudden they were lifelong citizens. Is that what they call themselves? Do you know what's actually funny? We're a very small fry, I suppose is a fair phrase, of a Liverpool channel, but we're already bigger than the biggest Manchester City fan channel that I'm aware of. And we're like, we're in the halfpenny place compared to Redmen TV, the Anfield Rap. Daz on the Bench LFC was bigger than us. I think there was a couple more Liverpool channels that are bigger than us. That gentleman Sean, I can't think of his channel's name at the minute, so forgive me. The Canadian gentleman, he's bigger than us as well. But we're fucking bigger than the biggest City channel. How much of a joke is that? And we're tiny. Well, we're growing, but we're still tiny. Everyone is just jealous because they know we're on the up and up. Not going to say it out loud, but they know who we are, said Carrie. Absolutely. They're shitting themselves because we're on the way. I don't get the fact that Football Terrace and Gark do Liverpool watch-alongs. I'm at the point now where I'm wondering about that. And I know why they do it, Anthony. They do it because watch-alongs are a really good way of bringing in followers, whether it's your team or not. And I don't do it as things stand. I've thought about doing it for the big games like the El Clasicos and maybe the Milan derbies and things like that. I've thought about doing watch-alongs, maybe the FA Cup final or things like that. But I understand why they do it. It's purely to get followers because watch-alongs are very good for picking up followers or subscribers. Sorry. Love Salah's performance against Palace. The one hill past the midfield was just as good as the two goals. It was a brilliant performance. I'd seen your El Flamo. I love saying that name. Every time you come in, mate, I smile because I know I'm going to get to read out your name. I really hope we win the league and Salah gets the golden boot. Alice wins the golden glove. Don't forget Van Dijk winning player of the season, Louis. We spoke about it earlier on. How brilliant would that? And as you said, how fucking salty would rival fans be? I'd imagine very is the answer. Great channel, bro. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Is it Hader? Excuse me, mate, if I mispronounce your name. I don't mean to do so. But thank you very much for the kind words and welcome. Craig, we're growing soon. It will be Anfield Rap numbers. Do you know what, mate? If I can just take a minute to talk about that. I'm so fucking proud of where we've come. And I've said this from day one. This is a community channel. It's not Craig's channel. It's not Connor's channel. It's the Revenite's channel. It's Craig's channel. It's Connor's channel. It's Louis' channel. It's Skipper Dog's channel. It's everybody's channel. Everyone that's in here night after night. Crosby Red, The Raptor, Rod, so many, Dave, Farwell, so many people I'm forgetting about because I can only mention a few. But it's a community channel. It's a community of people that has got us to where we are. Yes, I can switch the camera on, I can talk, but at the end of the day, all I'm doing really is reading out your comments. Your comments, your friendliness towards the people that come in are what's going to give us the continued success. So, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We love all of you guys. Every one of you motherfuckers, we love you. And thank you so much for your support. And we might be at 7.5k now, but we're going to hit 10. We're going to hit 20. And fuck it, we're going to hit 100. Because I think we've got something special here. I think we've got a really good group of people. And we're going to continue to meet near Reds. And we're going to continue to meet other fans. And we're going to make something special. And we're going to do it together. We're going to kick ass. So thank you for all your help. I'm not even going to go to an ad now. So there you go. How many subscribers do you think you'll get before you start selling merch? I don't know. That's the thing, mate. Money isn't something that I'm arsed with. And I can't speak for other channels because, of course, everybody wants to make a living from doing stuff. But I'm in this for the fun. And yes, I'd like it to be cost neutral, and I'd like the cost of the materials and the cameras and all covered. Yes, I'm not going to lie, but I never want this to be something that makes me an income, that makes me a living. If we sell merch, it's because people ask for it. It's not because we want to make money, and that's the truth. If ever comes a time where people are saying should sell merch, then we'll sell merch, but we won't be selling it at a massive markup to make a shit ton of money, because honestly, we don't give a fuck about money. It's not what we're about. I'm about making this as big as possible because I love talking to people. Do you watch On the Road from, is it SMIV on YouTube? There's a new one tonight. I don't watch anything on YouTube, mate. Honestly, I'm not a YouTube person. I just come on here to do this, and I go and listen to Joe Rogan's podcast because I absolutely adore Joe Rogan's podcast. Bro, you're a good dude. And Connor, thank you, Tony. Connor was a class person, by the way. I'll be lost without him on here. Hello, Craig. Liam, you're in, mate. How are you? Great to have you in. Guys, we are running low on time tonight. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes left before we're going to have to go. So if you have any more comments or anything, please do get them in, and I'll try and read them out as quickly as I can. Yeah, you should start making money and give Liverpool fans 25% of it. Possibly, Leo. Look, as I always said, if it ever gets to a point where this channel grows and we're bringing in money through ad revenue or super chats or whatever it is, and we happen to go into profit after paying for materials and stuff, I'm going to give shit away. That's what we're going to do. We're going to, like we've done before, we've bought shirts, given them away, and we'll keep doing that. Thankfully, at the minute, the competition we have with Score Draw, they're looking after, and we really appreciate that. And I can't speak highly enough of Score Draw. And check out the stuff at scoredraw.com. But we're not going to just go around and put money in our pockets. We're going to reinvest it. We're going to travel. We're going to meet people, and we're going to make you guys proud of us because we're your channel. Cater needs to get something going soon, and I agree, he does. I'm going to give him this season, but he does need to get it going. Arsenal fans must be so pissed that Alexis Sanchez scored against them. Imagine the reaction if Chamberlain scored. I fucking hate Arsenal fans over the whole Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain thing, because they really feel they robbed us for that one. And as far as I'm concerned, 40 million was a snip for that young man. I love Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Who would you swap Salah for Mbappe? Or would you swap Salah for Mbappe right now? Yes, Chris, I honestly would. I love Mo Salah, but I think Kylian Mbappe is going to be the biggest player or the best player in world football for the next 10 or 12 years. So, yes, I would. I might be on my own, but I would honestly swap him. Good night, says Floating Fox. Right, a lot of people seem to be heading off. So, do you know what? We might as well call it a night right there. It's been a really fun stream tonight, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, I think the camera worked a lot better tonight, and as we go on, we streamline this a little bit more. We'll iron out all the kinks. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys for coming on and supporting us. We will, of course, be back tomorrow at 10 or 10:15 for the same thing again. Look after your families, as I always say, guys. Tell your loved ones that you love them. Most importantly, though, up the motherfucking Reds.